All right, we back. Motor City Sports Talking in the building. Appreciate everybody once again checking in and seeing on Twitter that the Pistons don't. Rob Beard, I think, reported, and I linked that tweet in the description on the source leak. As I assume, Pistons don't plan on starting Derrick Rose. You hear they're in the market for another guard, Kyle Lowry, Frank Cantina from the Knicks, can't pronounce his name. But Derrick Rose is not expected to be a starter for the Detroit Pistons, and that's the most important move and the best move they can make. Derrick Rose is a guy, and people say, well, you don't mention Derrick Rose a lot, because I don't expect him to be a consistent factor this year. What Derrick Rose has showed us since the injury is he hasn't changed his game as he should, like Ron Harper changed his game and other guys that suffer injuries. You have to add to your game. You have to change the way you play. At the end of the day, he can flash and be athletic and look like the old Derrick Rose for a short amount of time, but really that end up putting more pressure on his joints and his muscles and straining his body, and he keep reoccurring injuries because it ain't about how many minutes he playing. It's about how hard and he doing the pro hopping and the Euro stepping, and he's still on the ground. He got to change his game. And I use Ron Harper as an example. Ron Harper was people don't remember he was that guy. He had the bounce, he had the sweet moves. Antonio Badice was another guy. I think he was a top 5 player in the NBA at the time. He had a knee injury. He changed his game too. And you got to be more finesse than power. And Derrick Rose got to change his game. He got to learn to shoot the ball better. He got to rely on craftiness. He got to rely on his IQ, and he can't play with this, his super twitchy, super athletic, gifts no more. He got to shoot it. He got to be crafty. He got to learn to get his shot off. And at the end of the day, that's just the problem. He hasn't really transformed his game to accommodate his body. And if he do so, and he played the game with a more old man YMCA, Paul Pierce type of style where he's just so crafty and get his shot off, he'll last longer in the league. And one of the reasons he's still in the league is because of that Nike contract is still valid, where his brother and his best friend still get paid as long as he's still in the league. And at the end of the day, some days he look like an MVP again. Some days he like top 5 player in the league again. But hey, it's just not about some days. NBA is consistency. How you do Monday through Sunday. That's what separates the good players from the great and the all-stars from the superstars. Is can you do it every night? Can you do it in the playoffs? And I think Derrick Rose will be critical down the stretch when we making the playoff run and we get to the playoffs. But no way, shape, form, and fashion should he be starting over Reggie Jackson. I think it's more of a partnership. I think they've 2 part-time point guards making up 1 full-time point guard, and people won't understand it because they don't understand basketball. Derrick Rose can't be Derrick Rose no more 24/7, 365. Tom Thibodeau ran him into the ground is what people don't understand. Him playing all the minutes, they playing in blowouts in a playoff game, and Thibodeau still run him into the ground. The way Derrick Rose played with a reckless abandon with his game won't work. Same thing with Penny Hardaway. He played super twitchy in the NBA. You got to pick and choose when to dunk, when to be reckless. For the 82-game season plus playoffs, take a lot out of you. And it's absolutely the right move. Just because you don't start don't mean you don't play important minutes. He played 20, 25 minutes a game. He in the fourth quarter for 12 minutes. You getting the production you need from him. But he just don't have it physically no more. But it would help if he changed his game. But he's not a full-time player. And it doesn't diminish him, to me. I think it's a miracle and it's a blessing that he's still playing at this level. And I think a lot of people, they understand, I think he's going to be playing the important minutes. It ain't if you start or you finish. He could change his perspective and try to be the 6th man of the year. Try to be Lewis Williams. Try to be Jamal Crawford. Try to be Vinny Johnson. But he has to reinvent his game. You know what I'm saying? He has to reinvent, what he do. And he's yet to do that. He's yet to add a consistent three-pointer. He's yet to add a consistent mid-range jump shot. He yet to embrace his injury. And once he embraces his injury, if he ever does, I think he's gonna be all right. But I think he's a good pickup for the Pistons, but it's something I'm not relying on. You know how you get that bucket for the winner because you might have got that Challenger, or you might have got that mod or something, or Maserati or whatever you got. Camaro, it ain't made for the winner, but you got that bucket that get you through that old Jeep that get you through the winter. Derrick Rose is that bucket. He old, You know, he gets you through the tough times, he gets you through the rough patches, but you don't ride him 24/7 no more. But it's the right decision, man. And him and Reggie gonna make a full-time point guard. But they'll play together some. But at the end of the day, we just need them in fourth quarters. We need them in critical spots. We need them in the playoff run. And if he's fresh enough to be, you know, good for the playoff run, I'm perfectly fine with it. So I don't find it offensive. People say you not respecting Derrick Rose. You're not talking about Derrick Rose enough. But at the end of the day, Derrick Rose has to change his game, like Ron Harper, like Antonio McDyess, and many other people that suffer catastrophic injuries. If he don't change his game, he don't embrace the injury and change his game, then, you know, he never gonna be consistent, or he never gonna be 100%, you know, of nothing. So I think he's starting to figure that out now. I think Dwayne Casey will manage him. I think Dwayne Casey got to do a better job of managing Blake Griffin. You can't ride Blake and Derrick Rose so much, but that's why they got Snell. That's why you hope Kennard, Kyrie Thomas, Drake step up this year. So we'll see. But hey, appreciate the love, support. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate that love, support, man. And hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Just keep sharing the videos. Bust my ass every day. Appreciate the love. When I see everybody at the store and stuff, salute to y'all. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. Mercy Sports Talk, we go.